Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barakahak Wadash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who ruled and teach well. In peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure unto the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Every single prophecy in the scriptures will come to pass, just like the prophecies that have already come to pass have, done so. And though we may sound like a broken record saying these things are going to happen. Hey, everything is for an appointed time. And though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And the major prophecy we are waiting for, the linchpin of prophecy, is the rollout and mandatory implementation of the MARKOFTHEBEAST in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18, which is that RFID/NFC C-hip implant. And as we can clearly see, society is moving in that direction. All these cryptocurrencies, talks of a digital cashless society, cashless payment options, Neuralink with Elon Musk, which is what, a BCI or brain computer interface, and just outright talks of C-hips being used to, interact with society, whether with buying or selling, having your pestilence, information on it, unlocking your door, starting your car, etc., etc. And in this video, I'm going to go into 2 bits of information to truly show that these prophecies are no longer tarrying. And the first thing I'm going to go to is an article on thesun.com. Cost woe. Next step is implanting a microchip. Hey, straight to the point. Hey, information, again, is coming out just straight up talking about, C-hip implants. It's becoming more and more of a, well-known idea in society, getting people psychologically, prepared for a society that is based off of having a C-hip in you to interact with it. Next step is implanting a microchip. Fumes Costco shopper as store installs new tool to halt membership sharing. Costco insists the crackdown helps everyone. And this was published on June 18th. Hey, Bishop Nate, it's June, and clearly there are microchips out here. 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, as Apostle Tahar has coined this year to be. Costco has added membership scanners to some locations, but a shopper feels it could lead to more advanced security measures. And that's exactly where it's leading to. Just like you have a Amazon One at Whole Foods, which reads your palm, signature, a biometric scanner. And now this thing at Costco, all these different, implementations are being set up. So when society shifts towards, the C-hip implant, all the infrastructure will be in place. And this isn't for your convenience to make life easier. It's for, advanced security measures and to have you completely locked into the system to where everywhere you turn, you won't be able to interact with it. And there will be penalties for not having the C-hip. The Costco shopper made a drastic assumption that membership scanners are a gateway to microchip technology. The membership scanners were implemented to curb members from allowing non-members to use their cards to shop at Costco. Costco announced the new way to confirm members are using their cards properly in June 2023. The membership scanners started rolling out to select stores over the past year. The Microchip comment came as a reply to Costco shopper Tim Nipper's post on Facebook about how he spotted a scanner at a store in Riverbank, California, 94 miles east of San Francisco. New Costco, new process. Nipper said in his post that included a photo of a Costco employee checking membership cards. Riverbank, 613, new membership card scanners at the entrance. It is a very quick process. Microchip. Nipper explained how the scanner shows the member's picture and non-members will no longer be able to pass by. Yes, the member's photo and info pops up on a screen for the attendant to view, Nipper continued. And hey, how much more cost effective would it be for you to just have a C-hip in you? No need to have an employee making sure that it's the right person using the card. Hey, no need for a Costco card. You'll have a Costco C-hip. No more sharing memberships. And you can see how, with the society going more, digital and cashless, they're taking more and more employees from their different roles. At these grocery stores or whatever, like Walmart, you're seeing how they're closing more of the lanes with the physical cashiers, and you go to what? The cashierless, kiosk. Some shoppers think the switch up was a step too far, while others are thrilled about it. Next step, implanting micro C-hips, one user replied. Hey, that's it. The idea of society moving towards a micro C-hip is becoming a common thing out here, to where, the average person is considering it, and you've got articles out here talking about it. And you may just say, oh, this is just another C-spiracy. You're talking about a C-hip, but I don't see any evidence for it. Well, let me go to my next bit of information from the brother GMS Watchman's YouTube channel. And the title reads, U.S., as in United States, Chamber of Commerce discuss MOTB, micro C-hipping. GMS warned you. And it's been mainly GMS or Great Millstone, as well as the brothers that come in the spirit of GMS over the years, over the decades at this point, who have been telling you that the MOTB in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18 is that C-hip implant, while you've had these other camps say it's sleeping with white women, using Esau's guns, an embargo on Christianity, just complete madness. And as we get closer and closer to this vision no longer tarrying, but coming to pass in its appointed time, you false prophets are going to be seen as the wolves in sheep's clothing that you are. But I'm going to play about the first 5 minutes or so of this clip, and it's a fair use copyright disclaimer. I do not own any of the footage in this clip, nor do I stand to gain from it monetarily. It is simply for educational purposes. And remember, GMS warned you.
Good morning. Well, we have traveled the world today to look at 2050, and we were just in Norway. Let's turn now next door to Sweden. I think this goes, Matt, into the category of when things go a little bit weird. Today in Sweden, 4,000 people got up and got out of bed to go to work with a chip implanted in their hand. It's about the size of a grain of rice. It fits right here between the thumb and the forefinger. And for those people, they replaced their house keys. They didn't need keys today. The chip replaced their Metro card and their train ticket, and it replaced their employee badge when they got to work. In fact, I was surprised to learn the other day that the entire railway system of Sweden is outfitted to handle these human microchips. It's kind of astonishing. So if we're going to think about the world in 2050, there's a guy in Sweden we need to meet. His name is Johan Esterlund. and he's the CEO and founder of a company called Biohacks. He manufactures and implants all of those biochips in his fellow Swedes, and he's been working with companies and governments all around the world. We have him coming to us live today from Sweden. There we go. Good morning, Johan. Can you hear us?
Hi, Carolyn.
Good. Well, thank you for joining us. He's sitting in his home right outside Stockholm this morning. Give me a second just to introduce you a little bit more. Johan is a trade association head, like many of you. He is the president of the Swedish Association of Professional Piercers, as in tattoos and body piercing. And it turns out that was great background for what he does now in his company. He married up his tech background and his piercing background to really become the leader in the Nordic countries on microchipping. So hello and thank you. I've got a couple of questions for the audience that will get us level set. Just a quick show of hands. How many of you in this room have a wearable, like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit? Wow, okay, gosh, that's like half the room. Okay. How many of you know someone with a pacemaker or an implantable defibrillator? And we're comfortable with that. Okay, that's also about half the room. All right, the third and last question. If you have a pet, is your pet microchipped? The dog and cat people? All right, again, that seems like half the room. Well, listen, with that in mind, let's think about those technologies and when they were first introduced, how long did it take us to get comfortable? And as Matt talked about and others, are we going to go to a world where augmentation and information on your personal body might be required for work or might be required for travel? We've got someone here to talk to us about it today. We found him through a lot of media coverage. He's been covered in Time Magazine, he's been on CNN, he's talked to folks at Davos, and he's agreed to come today. He couldn't be here live. But let's go. Johan, tell us, what's the 101? What are the basics on how these chips are inserted? How much does it hurt? Can you get them out? How much do they cost? Give us the 101.
Well, it's based on NFC technology, the exact same technology you'd see in cashless vending machines and passports. And it's about the size of a grain of rice. About $150 to $200, depending. We try and follow the Big Mac index. And it's not harder than getting your ear pierced. And it's easy to remove if you get sick of it.
Wow. Okay, so it's the equivalent of read-only documents, is what you told me on the phone the other day. But if 4,000 people in Sweden have done this, is there something cultural? What is it about the Swedish society that has made that country so accepting of these biochips?
Well, I'd say one, we spend 9 months out of the year indoors inventing stuff. We're a perfect breeding ground for technology. I mean, we did create Skype, the music streaming platform, Spotify, Sony Ericsson, one of the first and biggest mobile phone operators. And I just guess we have kind of a high trust in our government, and we're not afraid of it being taken advantage of.
Interesting. I think we have a different situation here with all of our concerns about data privacy. We'll talk.
And even though he was a devil, Ronald Reagan made a very poignant statement when he said, some of the most fearful words you would ever hear is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help you."
About that in a second, but here's a question that probably many people in this room are asking, which is, aren't wearables enough, or even fingerprints? Why do we need to go to having something foreign like that implanted in our bodies?
Well, you'll never get up to immutable ID with a wearable, and I guess if you take it into account the value you want to push, like we just got bought 5% from Icon Gold Reserve, They're a company that made a cryptocurrency based in gold. So you can literally move metric tons of gold in sub-seconds and immutably identify the ones doing it. So just the financial sector part where you reduce transaction times and interaction times with up to 90% should be well enough to get it. And that you can get rid of your car keys, house keys, and all of the plastic cards you carry.
So if I have a chip,
And that's all we needed to hear. What the last thing he was talking about was, gold transactions moving 90% faster, through a C-HIP. Hey, these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and these CBDCs or central bank digital currencies coming out aren't for your convenience or for you to stick it to the man and find a way around these central banks. It was all a part of the plan to move you towards the idea of digital currencies and then to what? Have a C-HIP in you. But now, I'm going to close it out in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all that he, being the elite rulers of the planet right now, who are of the nation of Esau, Edom, are these so-called white people, such as your Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, etc., both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MARK, that C-HIP, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Remember, they've got Neuralink out there, as well as these other brain-computer interfaces. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. And what were they talking about in that clip? No need for your car keys, credit cards, buying and selling, and, having all your digital money on there. And it's going to get to the point where you won't be able to buy or sell, travel abroad, get a job, do anything save he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And we can clearly see that though it tarry, wait for it will surely come. It will not tarry. So that's it with this video. And with this video, I hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified. Hey, as we can clearly see, we are almost out of this final wicked captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. Hey, so now more than ever, you should have all 10 toes down in this truth, pushing this word as hard as you possibly can to make your calling and election sure and, be protected during Jacob's trouble and during this hour of temptation, hey, where we will be faced with great persecution and, even death for not receiving the MOTB. So as always, I'm going to say Abad Babol, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom. And one more thing, it's June.